To see the David fight. I think David is a heavyweight, and I think David's legacy is he actually needs to move up, and Usyk would be like the fight that would like give him the type of recognition that he needs. He needs to stop trying to suck down and beat up on smaller men. His legacy is a heavyweight. Crawford, he can do whatever he wants now. If he wanted to retire, he can do that, and if he wanted to just pick easy fights to pad the stats some more, he can do that too. We already know that Charlos probably wouldn't stand a chance against him. Nobody else who's a big name at 160 or whatever. He don't need to go back down no more. That's a waste of time, and it's also bad on his body too. We saw what happened.
When asked about Terence Crawford's stunning victory over Canelo Álvarez, David Benavidez didn't hold back. He spoke candidly about what he had just witnessed.
You think Crawford will fight you if he beats Canelo?
No, I wouldn't fight Crawford. I'm at one side.
The WBC light heavyweight champion summed up Crawford's performance in just a few words, and fans agreed it was the perfect description. Crawford's rise through the sport has been nothing short of historic. The fighter from Omaha proved he belongs among the all-time greats. Earlier this month, Crawford stepped into the ring against the Mexican superstar, and many questioned whether moving up 3 weight classes was simply too much. But instead, he shocked the world by defeating Canelo to become the undisputed super middleweight champion. The bout took place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, and by the end, the judges' scorecards read 115-113, 116-112, and 115-113, all in Crawford's favor.
Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, masterful fight on Terence Crawford.
From the opening bell, Crawford set a pace that Canelo just couldn't match. This wasn't just another victory, it was a defining moment in boxing history. Crawford became the first male fighter ever to hold undisputed titles in 3 different weight divisions, cementing his legendary status. At 37 years old, the Omaha native may have just delivered the greatest performance of his career. Benavidez, an undefeated champion himself, made it clear that Crawford now belongs in the conversation about greatness. Moving up from welterweight at 147 pounds to super middleweight and unifying all 4 belts was something no one had ever done. He said, "I want to congratulate Terence Crawford. Very few fighters in history have accomplished what he just did. He's one of the all-time greats. Not only did he move up 3 divisions, he beat one of the best fighters of this generation. I can't recall anyone ever starting at 147 and winning the super middleweight championship. He's not just a technician. That fight proved how tough he really is."
Crawford just got the biggest win in his career and one of the biggest wins in history. He doesn't need to go out there and risk. Benavidez is too big, too strong. We don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight that he shouldn't take. I wouldn't.
With Crawford's victory, he became a 5-division world champion, sparking immediate talk about what might come next. Some believe he could even move back down to middleweight to challenge Janabek Kanuli, the unified WBO and IBF title holder. If he succeeds, Crawford would be chasing a 6th division title, something almost unimaginable. Meanwhile, Canelo faces a difficult road ahead. At 35, he's under a 4-fight deal set to begin in early 2026, but many fans and analysts now wonder if retirement might be the wiser path. Losing his undisputed crown to Crawford has raised serious questions about whether his long reign of dominance has finally come to an end.
Fight, but you avoid the monster. You understand me? That's going to tank the rest of his career if he keep trying to fight. Well, it's tough to say because he's made enough money that he can retire. He really has nothing else to prove. We saw him go up. He did but he tested himself all the way up as far as he could go. He won the light heavyweight title, then he lost to B-Ball. So that shows that the light heavyweight was his ceiling. And that's good enough. Really, right now, he got nothing else to prove. Of course, if you keep fighting, people going to demand you fight the monster because both you guys are Mexican. But to me, you probably shouldn't do that. You understand me? It's probably not a good fight for you at this point.
As Crawford celebrated his historic triumph, more voices across boxing chimed in. Hall of Famer James Toney didn't sugarcoat his thoughts on Canelo's performance. He didn't see it as close or competitive. In his view, Canelo was completely dismantled. The Mexican superstar wasn't just beaten. Crawford's sharp, relentless style broke him down round after round. For a fighter once viewed as untouchable at super middleweight, it was a crushing reality check.
Not only did they lose him, he got destroyed, basically. Took him apart.
Do you feel like he's gonna want that back? Do you feel like
if he's a true fighter, a true champion, he gonna want it back and train twice as hard and do what it takes to get the job done. Basically, that's what comes down to right there. 100%.
Toney's remarks came just as rematch rumors began to swirl. Many believe Canelo will want revenge, especially now that the WBC has reinstated him as the #1 contender at 168 pounds. If it happens, Canelo would be attempting to reclaim undisputed status for the third time, an almost unthinkable feat. While Toney focused on Canelo's downfall, former light heavyweight champion Sergey Kovalev turned his attention to Crawford's future. Having faced Canelo himself, Kovalev believes only one man could truly test Crawford, Dmitry Bivol, who earlier this year defeated Artur Beterbiev to become the undisputed light heavyweight king. Kovalev said, yes, Bivol's style could give Crawford problems, but Crawford proved in his last fight that he can adapt to any weight and any opponent. Still, that would be a fascinating matchup to see.
A couple of questions. Crawford, Spence. I know you watched the fight and you spoke about Crawford. How good is Crawford?
Crawford is amazing, not just good. He's amazing, and
he said the same thing about you.
Thank you, Terence. But I think he should be in the book for
is that good?
How to learn boxing. You know,
really.
He's a very good fighter. Yeah, I like to watch his fights.
Pound for pound, #1.
Yeah, probably he is now because he is undisputed champion in 2 weight classes. And
it's crazy.
He's a great fight.
While Kovalev discussed Crawford's next steps, Oscar De La Hoya joined the conversation from another angle. The former champion and current promoter gave his take on whether Crawford has surpassed Floyd Mayweather Jr. The topic surfaced after Canelo himself suggested Crawford might now rank above Floyd, but De La Hoya disagreed. In his view, Mayweather remains the superior fighter. He pointed to Floyd's dominant win over a young Canelo, reminding everyone how effortlessly Mayweather controlled that bout. De La Hoya noted that Floyd barely took a clean punch that night and displayed unmatched technical mastery. Crawford may be more aggressive and versatile, but De La Hoya insisted that Mayweather's skill set was on an entirely different level.
And who would do it? Because Canelo after the fight said that Crawford was way better than Floyd. You know Crawford, you know Canelo, you know Floyd. What do you think? Who would win in a fight?
My man. I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. But I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford. Not just because he beat me and it was a close fight, whatever, or that I stepped in the ring with Mayweather, but I really feel that technically,
That debate reignited one of boxing's oldest questions: who ranks higher across generations? Mayweather built his career on flawless defense and tactical brilliance, staying undefeated while winning titles in 5 divisions. Crawford has built his legend on adaptability, grit, and the rare ability to dominate across multiple weight classes. The question of who is greater may never have a definitive answer, but it underscores just how remarkable Crawford's journey has been.
Those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford.
Even as debates about greatness continued, speculation about Mayweather's own future began to resurface. Retired since 2017 after defeating Conor McGregor, Floyd has never completely stepped away from the sport. Boxing analyst Dan Rafael weighed in, saying that if Mayweather ever returned, it likely wouldn't be against top-tier opponents. Instead, Rafael believes Floyd would choose safe exhibition-style fights to preserve his perfect 50-0 record. He saw little appeal in that idea, and dismissed talk of another Manny Pacquiao rematch as pointless. Many fans agreed, preferring that Mayweather's legacy remain untarnished, rather than diluted by unnecessary comebacks.
For a lot less time than Floyd Mayweather was, that's significant. I mean, I hope this doesn't lead to some stupid discussion of doing a rematch between Floyd and Manny, because that I have like literally less than zero interest in that.
I remember what you said. I can't remember the words you said, but you said you'd rather set yourself on fire than watch that.
Exactly. I mean, I would say right now it's idle talk, and Floyd sort of like spitballing, seeing what's out there. And this whole thing they announced with this Mike Tyson Floyd Mayweather exhibition bout, the way that was announced was very clear to me that, you know, they may have signed to do the fight, but it's contingent on them actually having a platform on which to do it that will pay them money. And I don't think they have a deal yet for anybody to show it. So it's still a matter of if that actually will take place. So I'll believe it when I see it. And frankly, I don't see there being a lot of interest in that. Not because they're not two incredible names and two all-time legends and two great fighters and, you know, have tremendous amount of fans and history in the sport. But we all know what Tyson's got left, and that's absolutely nothing. If they announced Mayweather versus Tyson before we saw Tyson get completely exposed by Jake Paul, I could understand there being interest. But he went in the ring with Jake Paul and had 8 rounds where he couldn't do anything. I know that was technically an official fight, so what makes you think he can do anything against a Floyd?
As for Crawford, his star power has never been brighter. Following the Canelo fight, he now stands at the center of boxing's biggest storyline. Whether he pursues middleweight glory, dares to challenge Bivol at light heavyweight, or stays put at super middleweight, Crawford has proven he can conquer any challenge. Meanwhile, Canelo faces difficult choices about his future. Should he rebuild at 168, seek revenge against Crawford, or finally walk away after years at the top? For a man who's already achieved so much, deciding whether to continue won't come easy.
Canelo retired. I don't think he will, though. He's got a multi-fight deal with Turkey Al-Sheikh. That's a lot of money on the table, and he's a proud champion. So I could understand him not wanting to end on that note. But you can see Canelo getting older, and I'm not just talking about ring. I mean, you can see it in his face. You know, for the Netflix special behind the scenes, you kind of see the age, you see the wear and tear. The man has been fighting as a professional since he was 15 years old.
20 years.
He's got over, it's a long time to be getting hit with 8-ounce and 10-ounce gloves. Even if you take it well, and oftentimes the guys that take it well, they show it more. Because I'm absorbing a lot of shots and you giving me praise for absorbing them shots, but them shots take a toll. I don't know how much longer he should keep fighting, and it's not because he can't fight anymore. Still one of the best fighters in the world. But you get into the hunger conversation. You get into the total punishment that you got to add that stuff up when you start getting older. Like, okay, man, you know, do I still need to do this? He doesn't need to do it other than just his love for it, because his mantra is no boxing, no life. So I don't know if he's going to be able to walk away right now. His legacy is secure. I think he's one of the greatest Mexican fighters that has ever done it. I think he's in the great category and conversation. We can break down a resume another day, but I think that given the way that he fought and given the way that he bowed out, I think you just got to just leave it right there and give him his respect. I would like to see him maybe take 1 or 2 more and call it a day, go enjoy the fruits.
From Benavidez' high praise to Tony's harsh criticism, from Kovalev's analysis to De La Hoya's bold comparisons, and finally, Rafael's doubts about Mayweather, Crawford's victory sparked an avalanche of reactions. Each opinion added another layer to the story, showing a sport in transition, where legends are tested and new icons rise. At the center of it all stands Terence Crawford, Once criticized for not facing elite opponents, now recognized as one of the greatest boxers of all time. With every division conquered and every champion defeated, he's carved his name deep into the history books. The only question now is how much further will he go? Share your thoughts in the comments below.